Hello everyone and hello Miss. Let me introduce myself. My name is Tika Mangtidewa Yuni with study ID number 21120211187. And now I want to present about action research. So, in research method, there are several kinds of quantitative research as survey, experimental research, correlational research, ex post facto, and action research. So, in this opportunity, I will explain about one of kinds qualitative research is action research. Okay, next, what is meant by action research? So, action research is a strategy that tries to find realistic solution to organize difficulties and issues. It is similar to applied research. Action research is learning by doing. First, problem is identified, then some action are taken to address it. Then how well the effort work are measured. And if the results are not satisfactory, the steps are applied again. Action research is a research method. It's a research method that aims to simultaneously investigate and solve an issue. In other words, as its name suggests, action research conduct research and take research at the same time. And then a highly interactive method, action research is often used in the social sciences, particularly in educational settings, particularly popular with educators as a form of systematic inquiry. It prioritizes reflection and bridges the gap between theory and practice. Due to the nature of the research, it is also sometimes called a cycle of action or cycle of inquiry. Okay, next is there are three different groups about action research. First is positivist. This type of research is also called classical action research. It considered research as a social experiment. This research is used to test the theories in the actual world. And next is interpretive. This kind of research is called contemporary action research. It thinks that business, reality in social made, and when doing this research, it focuses on the details of local organizational factor. And the last is critical. This is a sort of action research that can take a critical approach to corporate system and tries to change them. Okay, next is type of action research. There are two common types of action research. First is participatory action research and two is practical action research. Number one is participatory action research emphasizes that participants should be members of the community being studied, empowering those directly affected by outcomes of said research. In this method, participants are effectively co-research with their lived experience considered formative to the research process. And next is particle action research. Focus more on how research is conducted and is designed to address and solve specific issues. Both of types of action research are more focused on increasing the capacity of and ability of future practitioners than contributing to a theoretical body of language. Okay, next is why we use or understand about action research. Action research is highly adaptable, allowing researchers to mold their analysis to their individual needs and implement particular individual level change. Action research provides an immediate and actionable path forward for solving entrances issues rather than suggesting complicated long-term solution and root in complex data. Okay, next is how we determine the action research step. In conducting action research, this routine represents the 5 essential stages of the action research cycle. They include the following. Number 1, identifying a problem area. The first step is to identify unique problem. You might want to define the problem and describe it in the context where it is set. Sometimes the problem might be distinct and easy to identify. Alternatively, the problem to be studied could stem from a sense of discomfort or tension in the classroom. Therefore, at this stage, you might want to carefully plan avoid false start frustration during the research. Okay, number 2, gathering the relevant data. Data collection is a crucial step in action research because it helps you to determine your action. The idea behind the step is to correctly understand what is going on in the classroom by using multiple data sources. Since you can collect the data, in many ways, a significant decision to make at this stage is to choose the most relevant data to the issues under investigation, and the best way to collect it. As you go further, consider asking yourself this question. Number 1, is it simple to collect the data? And then, are there readily available sources? And how systematic and structured will be collection it be? And all. And then interpreting data. Once you have to gotten the relevant data to organize it, the next step is to analyze the data and identify the major themes. As the instructor, you may wish to use classroom, individual, or subgroup data, depending on the question. Some of the data may be quantifiable, allowing you to analyze them without the assistance of statistics or technology. And otherwise, you can use simple tools like tables to summarize other data types, such as opinions, attitudes, or checklists. You can also review this qualitative data holistically, while noting to crucial elements or themes. Acting on evidence, design a plan of action based on the information you get from the data collection and interpretation data, and total review of the current literature. Doing this allows you to make a change and study that change. It will help you attempt the make of change of variable at a time. And this is because when you change multiple variables at once, you might know which action is responsible for your result. Continue to document and collect performance data while the new technique is being implemented. And the last is evaluating result. So the next step is to evaluate all the results that you received during the research. Carefully examine the effect to see if any progress has been made. Does the data clearly show evidence of improvement? And there is one. And if not, that change do you make to action improve the outcome? Identify additional question raised by the data due to the action research project and plan for the further improvement, revision, and the next step. Okay, that's all about my presentation. Thank you.